Now, we all love electrified crossover SUVs, but the thing about them is that they seem to be jam-packed with so much technology that we don't usually use every day, and because of that, they're way up there in price. But what if I told you that there is one crossover SUV that might just hit the sweet spot for you? What's going on, guys? Roy Robles here for Zigwheels.Ph, and today we're here to take a first look at what could be your first electrified crossover SUV, the BYD Sealion 5 DMI. Now, crossover SUVs are not really the hallmarks or the examples of what great car design is. I mean, with the number of crossover SUVs out there, they seem to be replaceable with one another when it comes to design, and that's where the BYD Sealion 5 DMI seems to differ itself. Now, with all of BYD's crossover SUVs now, they seem to feature this oceanic theme design going on right there, and you'll find the same one right here, but they do have a couple of flourishes, a couple of details here and there that definitely separate it from the rest of the pack. You do see some wave patterns, wave designs on each side right here, just below the turn signals. Your DRLs, very aggressive looking, kind of reminds me of the BYD Seagull, and they've installed it right here in this SUV. Pretty nice. You still have the overlapping hood here that is right on top of the BYD badge, and this brushed aluminum trim in the middle creates a sort of break in the contrast right here for the design in the front, and this interesting looking front grille as well. Now, one thing that you'd notice right here is that there is a pod in the front here. Kind of resembles a camera, but no, this one does not have a 360-degree camera system, unfortunately. But what that does is that it passes on the savings to you. Another interesting pattern right here is the lower grille. I mean, look at that. This kind of actually resembles a front diffuser look to me, which again adds a little bit more of the distinct look that the BYD Sealion 5 DMI adds to the overall aesthetic. Now, the biggest reason SUVs and crossovers are the best sellers when it comes to brands these days is because of this, the extended ground clearance. But like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the crossover SUVs, especially the electrified ones, seem to be out of reach for the common man like me, especially with our common bank accounts. But this thing right here, definitely chef's kiss. So you still get your extended ground clearance right there, enabling you to go through any terrain as long as it's within reason, of course, which is, for example, EDSA. You got it right there. You got your black plastic cladding around, but with this black color scheme, though, it kind of feels a little stealthier, a little classier than the other color schemes available. We'll be talking about those other color schemes later on. You got these 18-inch two-tone alloy wheels right here with four-wheel disc brakes all around. You got roof rails on top, and one thing that the BYD Atto 3, the previous BYD Atto 3 had, is this part right here. Kind of looks like Aquaman's belt, but with the black scheme though, it kind of fits the entire bill. I mean, I had some apprehensions about this design detail if it had a different color like blue or probably white or even the gray one, but on black, it kind of looks pretty nice, and it's not chrome. It kind of has this brushed aluminum look to it, which is nice. Again, you don't have a 360-degree camera system right here, but you do have repeater signals on the side mirrors. It looks kind of classy, and yes, another bit of brushed aluminum plastic look right here at the bottom. Got this entire light bar running across this half of the vehicle right here. The only thing that lights up when you brake is these ones on each side, but I'm glad to know that at least you've got a light bar running across in the back. You got the BYD badge right here. Thankfully, no more of that build your dreams thing. You now have BYD Sealion 5 right here, and the DMI, don't forget about the DMI. Now, one thing that I like about other crossover SUVs, especially the modern ones, power tailgate. But to be honest, if there was a chance to bring down the price of a car with omitting the power tailgate, I'd take that any day. And this one does have a manual tailgate instead of a powered one. And of course, there's no problems with that, because if I have all my stuff with me, I can easily put it down and open it up. Saves me a couple of tens and thousands of pesos. That's a good deal for me. Once you do have it open though, you have all this space inside. You got some cubby holes underneath as well. I don't see a spare tire here, but you do have a fix-a-flat right here, and you do have the battery underneath as well. Now, one thing with BYD though, and this is of no exception, is with every purchase of the BYD Sealion 5 DMI, you get a vehicle to load function. So it basically is a cable, and you can just attach it right there on the side of the power adapter right there, and it gives you access to 2 power plugs, and you can power pretty much up to 2 to 3 kilowatts worth of appliances, and that's a lot of power if you ask me. Perfect for going off-road, going camping out, or in case of an emergency, you could definitely use this to power your appliances. Now back to the space right here. You do have a lot of space for all your groceries, all of your adventures, all of your Mercado stuff, and if you need even more space, those rear seats fold flat in a 60-40 split configuration, so it's all good. Overall, the design of the BYD Sealion 5 DMI, again, is not going to set the world on fire, but for people who are looking for a sensible crossover SUV, a subcompact crossover SUV such as this one, definitely is good enough. But with good enough, you know, with BYD, they're not just about good enough, they're about the technology. So let's take a look at the inside to see what the tech has to offer to us, and then later on, let's go ahead and drive it. All right, so now we're inside the BYD Sealion 5 DMI, and I have got to say, this reminds me a lot of the BYD Atto 3, but to be honest, even better. While the old BYD Atto 3 featured a lot of blue and all these oddly shaped moldings on the dashboard, this one has black. You got piano black, but more on that later, and this nice pattern right here in the center of the dashboard. Kind of pretty nice here. Soft touch plastics everywhere, rubberized material on the door cards, and I like how the door card looks. I mean, you've got a multicolored scheme going on right here. You got black, brown, or should I say beige, light beige, and another trim that seems to be of a different color here, gray, silver. It's not boring inside at all, and I like that. On each side of the dashboard here, you do have these vertically opposed slats for the AC vents. Kind of nice. I mean, it blows cold enough air, especially on this hot weather. It does a great job. Now, with all BYD vehicles, usually you have this huge touchscreen infotainment system right here that swivels. This one swivels as well, goes to a vertical orientation, but what I love about this is that it's not too obnoxiously big. This one is a 10.5-inch unit right here that has both wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. It pumps out some great tunes through 6 speakers on the inside. But the thing about this is that the interface is very smooth. You can actually choose the different themes right here, and there's no delay. All you do is click on each of these menu items, and you're there. Another thing right here is that you got a multi-information display, and you can see all of your drive details right here. You got a tire pressure monitoring system. You got different other menu systems here as well. If I could just go ahead and edit it right here, yep, and you can find it all there. You got your trip meter, you got your speedometer, and you can even find how much power you're using and how much regen you're using on your drive. That's easy. You won't find any wireless charger here, which is odd because you do have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, but that's a good thing too, because all you gotta do is just plug in your fast charging 12-volt socket, 12-volt USB port right here on the 12-volt socket, and you're good to go. It's just odd for me that you don't have any wireless chargers, but again, they're passing on the savings to us. Wait till you hear the price later on. The steering wheel is nicely molded here. It's got more of that 3-tone multicolored look to it, which is, to be honest, kind of nice, kind of refreshing look for steering wheels, if you ask me. Plus, it is adjustable for both reach and rig. Oh, there you go. And the seats, they are manually controlled, so getting to your ideal driving position is easy, although I wish it had lumbar support though. But again, more savings to be passed on. The seats are nice and firm anyway. They're nice and firm. The headrests are not movable, but for me at least, with my 5'10.5" frame, I find myself in the perfect position to rest up right here. The center console also features a lot of stuff. I mean, this is the only variant being sold in the Philippines, but you still have All these buttons, all these switches, you won't feel you won't feel left out with anyone else out there. You won't have any blank buttons here, but you do have a complete suite. There you got your parking sensors, automatic brake hold, which is here. You won't find it right here on the screen. You can find it right here on the center console. AC controls as well. You can just go ahead and activate it, and you can find it right there. And you can even choose between EV or hybrid mode. This is, after all, a plug-in hybrid. You even have various, well, you can even have this rough terrain mode where you can choose between grass, grit, and snow. All right, so sitting in the back seat of the BYD Sealion 5 DMI makes me further appreciate how BYD takes advantage of this electric technology that they have right here, because you got a flat battery underneath us. You can actually just go ahead and remove a lot of the stuff underneath here, like this huge center tunnel, but here you have a flat floor, giving you a lot of space, especially right here in the back seats. You have two AC vents here and two USB ports, one USB-A and one USB-C, so it is definitely future-proof for whatever phone that you want to buy in the future. There you go. It features the same materials right here on the door cards, so you won't be missing out on anything except, of course, the driving experience right there in the front. And yes, you have a lot of space, a lot of headroom, space for your feet and your knees. And one more thing that this particular trim omits is a huge panoramic sunroof. Now, before I drive off, despite the fact that you've got a budget price point right here, the Sealion 5 DMI, still get one of these things. These are NFC key cards, so you don't have to, carry along that huge key fob that we have right here and bulging out on your pocket. Just bring this along, tag this on the side mirrors, and you can go ahead and activate your vehicle, no problems. It's pretty neat. All right, so we're now behind the wheel of the Sealion 5 DMI. We're on sport mode right now because we're on Zigwheels Philippines, sport mode or bust. Anyway, the Sealion 5 DMI, one of the things about having a subcompact crossover SUV like this one is that it's pretty agile. You got the ground clearance, but you also get the agility of driving around in a much smaller car, which this definitely is. So underneath the hood, you've got BYD special DMI technology. DMI stands for Dual Motor Intelligent. So you've got a plug-in hybrid system that makes a 1.5 liter engine that acts as a range extender to charge the Blade battery. You've got about 12.4 kilowatt hours of battery underneath here, which gives you more than 110 kilometers worth of range on EV alone. But then again, you can go ahead and, if you do run out of battery, you can go ahead and use the engine as a range extender, and you can reach northwards of 1,000 kilometers on a single full tank and on a single charge of battery, which is definitely amazing, if you ask me, or ask anyone. Ask your dad. 1,000 kilometers in a single tank and charge is insane. But apart from range, though, I would think that if I would buy this car, it's got to be exciting too. And exciting it truly is. It makes around 197 horses and 300 Newton meters of torque, which is more than enough power than I would ever need in any of my cars. I mean, I don't really drive a lot of fast cars, but this one, pretty fast. Holy cool. You've got independent suspension all around here. You got four-wheel disc brakes, ABS with electronic brake force distribution, and well, you've got your standard safety features. Again, if I were looking for a car, if I want to put the price down, I could probably live without a couple of the features that they put in cars these days. So you still get a backup camera, though. That thing's important. That thing's probably one thing that I would not want to omit off of the cars that I would want to buy. So yeah, I'll keep the backup camera, and it does have the backup camera. Perfect. I like it. And the way it drives, it is just, it's willing to pull. It definitely is willing to pull my huge behind on this makeshift course that they have right here. And I like it. I like how the turning radius is so tight. The steering wheel, despite the fact that it's got electronic power steering, it feels sort of alive. Maybe it's because of the short wheelbase as compared with the Sealion 6. pricing hasn't officially been released yet by BYD, but as of filming, they did mention that the indicative price of this car, the BYD Seal 5 DMI, or should I say Sealion 5 DMI, starts at 1,350,000 pesos. Image price, indicative price. And at 1,350,000 pesos, that is just a no-brainer for me. I mean, with that price, you get an electrified vehicle that performs as well as this one. Just makes perfect sense when it comes to performance. Oh, agility! This thing really moves. I can even do a quick donut right here across the lanes, and you get the great fuel economy. I mean, everyone would want to get, again, these electrified cars, but they are just way up in there in price, as I mentioned. But now, they can. If at that price point, you can just go ahead and buy an electrified SUV like this one, you go ahead. Sure, it doesn't have all the niceties of a top-of-the-line model, like adaptive cruise control, power tailgates, 360 cameras, but at the 1,350,000 pesos price point, I'm sold. I am sold. So for now, that's all I have to say about the BYD Sealion 5 DMI. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope that you like this video. If you do, share it with your friends, and tell me what you think about the Sealion 5 DMI. Do you like DMI? I like DMI, but of course, give me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. It's been Roy Roberts with Zigwheels.Ph. I'll see you guys.